family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Danny. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell because it's always a mystery when I post new videos. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, please be sure to do that. It is at _dancing_bookworm. I post on there full book reviews and bookish content. So guys, you can clearly see by the title, this is a haul video. I haven't done a good haul in a very long time. So if you guys watched my vlog a couple weeks ago, I did get I want to say 10 books from thrift books. I don't really consider that a haul. That's a baby haul. It was short enough to fit in a vlog. That's a little haul. This is a big haul. So what happened is I got a message. Weirdly, I get text messages from the thrift store. I don't know why, but I got a text message from the thrift store that everything was 75% off, and at this one thrift store because they're going out of business. So I went, and there were several shelves of books, and the books at the thrift store around us are only 99 cents to begin with. So they were a quarter per book. So I ended up getting quite a few there. I think 11 books are from a different bookstore. So 26 books alone were from the thrift shop, and it only came to a little under $9. So that was really cool. Some of the books weren't exactly 99 cents. Some of them were a little bit more. Some of them were a little bit less. So it came to a little bit under $9. Then I got 11 books from a different bookstore that was used books as well. So I have a total here of 37 books to share with you guys, and I'm very, very excited. So the first book thing we went to was the thrift store, and they had the 75% off, and all the books were a quarter. And then we went to the second bookstore, was called Books and Melodies, and that is in Syracuse, New York, and it's not terribly far away from where I live, but it wasn't a short drive. It was it was a drive, but we got there, and guys, it is one whole building of books. And when I say a whole building, I mean someone bought a building that normally has 5 stores in it and just filled it with books to buy. And there were also records and CDs and DVDs and stuff like that too, but so many books. I could have spent all day there. We did go to the thrift store first, and we had my friend's 2 kids with us, so by the time we got to Books and Melodies, they were kind of burnt out of being at a bookstore, so we didn't stay terribly long, but I will definitely be going back. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest used bookstore I've ever been to. They were a little bit more on the pricier side. They are definitely cheaper if you get them off thrift books, but you obviously don't have to pay shipping, and these were actually better quality than some of the ones I get on thrift books, so no complaints. But this video is already going to be long because there's 37 books for me to go through with you guys, so let's get started. So I'm actually going to start off with, I got a few things at the thrift store that were not books, but I wanted to share them with you guys anyway. So I got this sign, ended up being I think $1, and I got this for Ava, because she had a really rough first day of school, just being anxious and stuff, and it says, just follow your heart, believe, and you'll never get lost. So I thought that was really cute for her. It's just a little sign. And then for the dance studio, I got, Chandler is really interested in these books too, guys, if you couldn't tell. But for the dance studio, I got some sheet music because you guys know I teach voice lessons as well, and it's always good to have sheet music. This is specifically piano. These are scales and arpeggios, which I believe is for it's just instrumental. There's no words or anything in it. But I did get these for the studio because when my kids are trying to practice reading music, it's good to have these, especially if it's things they don't already know. Chandler, if you're on there, the camera shakes. Get down. Chandler, get down. He is being annoying. Oh, and he moved my camera. Okay. But anyway, so these are really, really good for them to just practice learning scales, and they have easier songs in them where they can go through and try to identify the notes and what lines and spaces and stuff they're on. So good stuff for that. So those are the things that I got that are not books. So let's see the stuff that I got that are books. So we're gonna start with I got one kid's book at the thrift store, and it's I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack, and this is just literally the lyrics to the song I Hope You Dance. just written on really nice paper. And it's not super, I wouldn't say it's like kids-ish, but I do think I'm going to give it to either Riley or Ava, just as like a little keepsake. With the I Hope You Dance, because they're both dancers. So I like that. And then we'll go over the middle grade books that I got from the thrift store. So we've got Otherwise Known as Sheila the Great by Judy Blume. This is about a girl who is kind of like just struggling through being a preteen, and it says Sheila will have to suffer everything from long-eared dogs to swimming lessons to creepy spiders when she goes to summer in the country after living in the city. So just like a cute little middle grade read. I do love Judy Blume books. I think they're very fun. Where am I going to put these when I'm done looking at them? I guess just behind me. So then I have Write Me If You Dare by Emily Rhodes Johnson. This is about a girl whose mother recently passed away, and she's pretty fearless, and a balloon pops near her that was like floating in the sky, and it comes down, and there's a letter attached to it that says like, oh, I dare you to write me if you get this letter, and she decides to do that and kind of becomes pen pals with the girl who wrote the letter. Then I have Trouble River by Betsy Byers. Betsy Byers is who wrote Summer of the Swans, which I just read recently, and this is about a boy, I think it's like, when's it? Frontier times. And I think he's just like very like there's just like a lot of trouble where he's going, like he's going like downriver, and there's like a lot of trouble there, and he's trying to survive. And I feel like there's like a like underlying thing of like acceptance for people of Native American descent in this, I think. So I don't know too much about it. And my cat has the zoomies. Every time I record, I swear, he's like got it timed out. But yeah, so that's it. I just got it because it's Betsy Byers, and I like Betsy Byers. Then I got Loser by Jerry Spinelli. I literally don't know what this is about. There's nothing on the back, but it's Jerry Spinelli, and I like most, if not all, of his work. I just read Maniac McGee by him, or reread it, I guess. But I do really, really enjoy his books, so I figured even if I don't know what it's about, I can't go wrong. Then I got Guy Wire by Sarah Weeks. This is by the author of Regular Guy. I don't know what this is about. It doesn't say, but it looks like a cute little middle grade. Something with this kid getting a haircut and maybe playing soccer. There's like a soccer jersey in the background. Who knows? So yeah, I just got that because it looked cute. That was a cover buy for sure. Then I got Harbor Me by Jacqueline Woodson. Jacqueline Woodson wrote Feathers and Locomotion and Brown Girl Dreaming, and she's got a lot of great books. They're usually middle grades. This one doesn't actually say what it's about. It says 6 kids, 1 school year, and a room to talk. Once there were 6 of us, once we circled around each other and listened, or maybe what matters the most is we heard. So I don't really know what this is about other than that little blurb. But I do love Jacqueline Woodson's books. I've always liked her books, so I'm sure I will like this one. So then I got this one for Ava, and it's A Smart Girl's Guide to Friendship Troubles, dealing with fights, being left out, and the whole popularity thing. This is an American Girl book for like preteens, and I got this for her because she's 9, and already like girl drama is starting in her life where like she's like, oh, I'm worried my friends won't like me, or if I don't dress a certain way, if I don't dress like my friends, they're not gonna like me, kind of thing. So got this for her, hopefully to help her out a little bit. But also she really loves doing like quizzes and stuff, and I feel like she'll enjoy this. Like I really liked these type of books when I was a kid, so we'll see if she likes it, but I just feel like she is struggling already with being liked and accepted and like having those feelings. Plus it's pretty easy read, and she doesn't really like reading, so but yeah, I just got it for probably more as like a Christmas present because it does say for ages 10 and up, and she just turned 9, so like Christmas she'll be like 9.5, so but yeah, I do think she's kind of getting to that age where girls are developing a little bit of meanness, and just want her to be the best human she can be, so I got her that. Then I got New York Minute, There's Something About Roxy. It says it's by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, but we know that's not true. Let's see who really wrote it. Madison Oakes. Yeah, put the big names on the cover. That's not who wrote it. But New York Minute is actually one of my favorite Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I loved Mary-Kate and Ashley growing up. And this one is specifically about Roxy, who is Mary-Kate's character, and I loved that character. So I was fairly young when this came out. I think it was like 10 or 11. Oh, sorry guys. But this is like just kind of like a book adaptation about the movie, but it like specifically is about the character Roxy, so like the stuff that happens to her in the movie. Then I got another Judy Blume book. Oh no, this isn't Judy Blume. This is Judy Moody. Why did I think Judy Blume wrote Judy Moody? Just because Judy? I don't know, but this is by Megan McDonald, and this is Judy Moody Predicts the Future, and I love Judy Moody books. I read Judy Moody books when I was a kid. I love Judy Moody's Not So Bummer Summer, which I believe also got turned into a movie, which I really enjoyed as well. So yeah, I don't actually know what this one's about, but it was Judy Moody, so I picked it up. And then I got, this one sounds really good. It's called Curiosity House, The Shrunken Head by Lauren Oliver and H.C. Chester. And this is about kids who live in like a kind of like Greatest Showman type place. And they all have extraordinary abilities, and a knife thrower ends up joining, and when he joins, like, some weird stuff starts happening, and, like, this mystery uncovers itself, and they have to go solve the mystery. But I love that, like, freak show, fun house type vibe, so I'm really into this. It also, like, the illustration of it reminds me of Book Scavenger, which I read a few years ago and really enjoyed that, so I think I'm going to really like this one. I think this might be like a read soon type thing because it sounds really good. So then I have a few YA books that I found at the thrift store. The first one is The Lady Grace Mysteries Assassin by Grace Garandish. And it says, Maid of Honor to Queen Elizabeth I, which, guys, Queen Elizabeth died today. I was very, very heartbroken. I don't, like, follow that stuff that much, but I was very sad. But it says the first book, because A is for assassin. So, this is about somebody who, it says, a suitor dead with a knife in his back under suspicion. Can Lady Grace, Queen Elizabeth's favorite maid of honor, solve the mystery and bring order back to the Queen's court? So this just sounded really good. It seems like a short read. Yeah, I don't know, just sounded good. I don't actually know if it's YA or not, but I'm assuming it is. It kind of looks YA-ish, but I mean, it could be adult, but it's like a short, stubby book. I could be wrong. This could be very inappropriate for YA, so when I read this, I will let you guys know the actual age group, but it looked YA-ish to me. But now I'm wondering if it is. Oh, it's Random House. It's Random House. It's YA. It's YA. It says Random House Kids right there. Whoop, YA. Okay. The next one I got is We Are 44 Voices, Write, Draw, and Speak Feminism for the Real... Here we are. Feminism for the Real World. And this is a bunch of different authors. You guys can see all their names are listed there. The one that stuck out to me was, of course, Lori Halls Anderson. You guys know she's one of my favorites. Was there any other one that, like, really stuck out to me? Like, I've heard of some of these people, but Lori Halls Anderson is, like, my favorite author. There's also an interview with Laverne Cox, who plays in Orange is the New Black. But this is just, like... it says, have you ever wanted to be a superheroine, join a fandom, create a perfect, empowering playlist, understand exactly what it means to be a feminist in the 21st century? Then you've come to the right place. So I thought this sounded really good. And I love these kind of books where it's just like short collections of what authors have to say, pictures, drawings, doodles, all that stuff. So yeah, I thought that one sounded good. And then I got this one. I have no idea who these people are. And this was definitely like a impulse buy. But this is, it says, from YouTube stars Dan Is Not on Fire and Amazing Phil, the amazing book is not on fire. So these are about two YouTube stars and just ridiculousness. I've never heard of these YouTube stars before, so I really got the book to, like, maybe look them up. If I hate it, I'm sure Ava knows who they are, and she can have the book. And if she doesn't know who they are, I'm sure one of my kids at the dance studio does, and they can have the book. But I mean, for a quarter, this looks really good condition. So I just kind of got it because it looked good condition, and it was a quarter. Have a problem. Don't even know who these people are, and I bought it anyway. I have a problem. Then, anyway, so after that I went to the adults books at the thrift store. So the first one, I don't actually know if this is YA or adult, but I assume it's adult. And the publishing company I didn't recognize, so I'm guessing it's adult, but I don't really know. But this is The Girl in the Road by Monica Byrne, and this is about two girls who one has to flee her home from India and one has to flee her home from Africa, I think. And one's heading east and one's heading west, but somehow they both like mysteriously are connected. Yeah, this was definitely like a cover by because I thought the snake looked wicked cool. Yeah, so don't really know much about it other than what I read quickly, but snake. The next one I got is The Afterlife by Gary Soto. And this is supposed to be like a dark comedy. Oh, this is actually YA. Yo, this is YA. It says ages 12 and up. Sorry, this should have been in the YA group, but my bad. I just realized it says ages 12 and up, but it says, you'd think a knife in the ribs would be the end of things, but for Chewy, that's when his life finally gets interesting. At last he sees people love him, faces of his consequences of his action, finds himself compassion and bravery, and even stumbles into what might be true love. But why is this all happening now, and can Chewy make the most of it? So I'm kind of thinking this is like one of those things where like he sees the life before his eyes kind of thing before he dies. It's kind of my guess, but yeah, apparently this is YA. Dang, I really thought it was adult. My bad. But yeah, so I don't know, sounded good. Then I got this one I'm super excited about. I got Silver Linings Playbook. This is by Matthew Quick. If you guys have not seen the movie, it stars Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. It is amazing. I love this movie. My dad and I went to see it in the theaters together, and we both really, really liked it because for him, there's a lot of football references, and for me, there was a lot of mental health references. But this is about a girl who is recently grieving from her grieving from her husband dying, and a guy whose wife cheated on him and ended up being diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and they meet and they decide that they're not going to fall in love or anything. They're just going to do like a dance competition together because they want to like do something that's going to give them like energy and support and stuff like that, and they end up hanging out and doing this dance competition together, and I really, really love this movie. Also, it had a dance competition. I don't know why I like went mental health aspect before dance competition, but you know, same thing. But I love this movie, so I'm really, really, really excited to read the book. It also might be a future, like a near future book. Then I got Under the Boardwalk by Carly Phillips. Literally don't know what this is about. Something about a girl moving to Vermont and meeting a wacky Greek family. That's what I got for you. So maybe like my big fat Greek wedding or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea what it's about. It just looked pretty. So I got it. And it was a quarter. And I have a problem. The next one I got is American Gods by Neil Gaiman. This is about a guy who gets released from prison and realizes there's like a plot to take over all the American souls or something like that. I don't super love Neil Gaiman, I'm gonna be real, but he is a big name author. It was a quarter. I'm sure I can read this for a prompt for something, and I have heard really good things about it. I personally don't like Neil Gaiman. I really was traumatized by Coraline as a kid, and then as an adult, I think I tried reading one of his other books. I can't remember what it is right now. It's like one of his other, something about a unicorn. I feel like it was a unicorn. I could be wrong. Nope. Maybe it was like something with Stardust? Stardust? Does that sound like a Neil Gaiman book? Anyways, I don't super remember what the book was called, but I know it's like a really popular one, and I tried reading it. I didn't really like it, and I DNF'd it, so I don't think I'm gonna like this, but it was a big name author for a quarter. I really have problems. Yeah. Anyway, so I got this, and I'm sure I can use it for a prompt for something at some point. So the next one I got is Silent Night by Mary Higgins Clark. This is just like a little Christmas book about, I think it's something about, oh, they take their kids to see Rockefeller's famous Christmas tree, and they stop to listen in the street when a boy sees somebody take his mother's wallet. Yeah. And there's like people that were from World War II. I don't know, I'm kind of just skimming it really quick. But it just sounds like one of those like heartwarming Christmas stories, and Mary Higgins Clark is obviously a very popular author. Chandler, don't bite my foot, I was here first. So yeah, so I don't know. Christmas book. I figure I'm gonna need a Christmas book soon, right? Like, it's already September. Then I got Heroes, Gods, and Monsters of the Greek Myths by Bernard Evilson. And this is literally just like the tales of Greek gods, monsters, stuff like that. Love this stuff. I loved this stuff growing up. I actually took Latin because I love this stuff so much. But yeah, love that stuff. So then I got Once Upon a Marigold, which is part comedy, part love story, and everything but the kitchen sink by Gene Ferris. And this kind of sounds like Monty Python-ish, like a Monty Python love story type thing. And I just thought it sounded really funny and cute. It's just like about a guy who, like, he was clueless when he started spying on the royal family through a telescope. Maybe all this mind-boggling love stuff. When his dad warned him of all this mind-boggling love stuff, maybe things wouldn't be such a mess. So, yeah, it just sounded cute, and it looks really, like, funny and Monty Python-ish, so. Then I got Plain Deception. This is an Amish Inn mystery by Tara Randall, and this is about a girl who works at, like, an Amish inn, and she ends up finding like a bunch of treasure and I believe a dead body buried in the yard. Based on the cover, I'm assuming it's a dead body buried in the yard. And so she obviously gets roped into doing this mystery and trying to figure out where the stuff came from so she doesn't get in trouble for having it in her inn. And then I got, this one just looks dumb and I just love everything about it. Internet for Cats, a guide to how you and your cat can prowl the information highway together by Judy Heim. This is just literally stupid. Like, it's just how to teach your cat to use the internet. And I'm so here for it. Like, stop it. Stop it. Me and Chandler Bing, we're gonna read this one together. I just can't even. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. I love everything about it. And the last one, the very last one I got at the thrift store is The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. Literally know nothing about this. I know it's a classic. I can look it up later, but got it because it was a classic and it was a quarter. I have problems. So then we're going to move into the books I got at Books and Melodies. So we will start with the kids book that I got, and it's Babies in Reptarland. It's the Rugrats. Oh my god, guys, I love the Rugrats so much. Growing up, I'm going to give this to my nieces and nephew. I'm going to read it to them. We're going to talk about the Rugrats. We're going to watch the Rugrats together. This was my favorite show growing up. To tell time in the car, I would literally be like, Mom, how many Rugrats episodes until we get there? And she would be like, 1.5 Rugrats episodes. I'd be like, okay. Like, it was a problem. It was a problem, literally. But yeah, this so cute. Look at the Rugrats. Who doesn't love the Rugrats, man? The Rugrats are great. Everything about the Rugrats is phenomenal. So then I got The Renegade Reporters by Alyssa, Brent, Weissman. And this is about 3 girls who used to work at their school's TV show, like school news show, and they accidentally got a video of their gym teacher dancing to go viral, and they didn't mean to, but they get kicked off the news station and decide to kind of open up their own news reporting agency from the basement of their home. So it sounds super cute. Oh, we're into middle grade now, by the way, if you're gonna tell. Then I got Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator by Roald Dahl. I did just read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory again in the beginning of this year, and my dancers put on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory production this year. So when I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I was like, oh, I really want to read the second book because I've read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 3 times now, and I love it, and I wanted to read this one for a while, but I haven't owned it, so I did finally pick this up, and I was excited about that. And then this one sounds really funny. It's called Island of the Ants. It's by Eva Ibbotson. And this is about 3 like ants who live on an island, or I guess they just call themselves the ants, but they're not really related to anyone. They live on an island, and there's like mermaids and like magical things, and they're like the keepers of this island, and they realize that they're not getting any younger, so they decide to kidnap some children to make them the new keepers of the island. and they call themselves the Ants. It just sounds really funny. And it says, if you've read all the Harry Potters and don't know how to survive, you must try Evilson. So apparently it's very magical and fun, just like the Harry Potter books are. So going to read that one. Then, guys, look what I found. Dear America books. You guys know I'm collecting these now because they are nostalgia for me. So I got 4 of them. So the first one I got is a My Name is America book, and these are the ones that are about boys, because, you know, back in the 90s, everything had to be separated by boys and girls, which, you know, living my best life. I don't do that. Don't do that. But this one is the Journal of James Edmund Pease, and this is a Civil War Union soldier, Virginia, 1863. I don't, like, it doesn't really give you a plot line about what any of these are ever about, other than, like, the time period. So this is about a kid living during the Civil War, and I'm guessing he's a soldier, because it says Union soldier. So, a child soldier in the Civil War. So that's what that one's about. Then I got 2 Dear Americas. So this is A Picture of Freedom, The Diary of Cleote, a Slave Girl, Belmont Plantation, Virginia, 1859. So from the point of view of a young slave. Then we have Dear America, The Winter of Red Snow, The Revolutionary War Diary of Abigail Jane Stewart, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, 1777. So, girl living through the Revolutionary War. And then the last one I got is actually a My America book. So there's My Name is America is like the boy version of Dear America. Then there's Dear America, which is like the girl versions, which is like the Dear America's written in diary format, but My Name's America is not, because why would boys keep diaries? But listen, I love the books. I don't always love the concept behind the books. But then there's also Dear Canada, which is the Canadian version of the Dear America books with like events that took place in Canada. But then the My America books are like younger reading level of the same kind of thing. So this is Hope's Diary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1776. It's called 5 Smooth Stones. I don't know what this is about, but 1776. Does it say anything? Tensions rise between the Tories and the Patriots in 1776. Hope's life becomes more and more confusing. She wonders if she will ever see Papa again. Her brother Ethan has proclaimed that he is the Tory and has left home. Will Hope's family ever be reunited, or will the Revolutionary War keep them apart? So this is Revolutionary War. So I did get those 4. I was very excited to find those. They were like $3 a piece at this place, so I was really, really excited for that. Then I got this one. It's called Evil by Timothy Carter. This just sounded cool. I like when things are like mocks of religion. Probably not great to say online, but I had a really bad experience with the Christian religion growing up, and not even just growing up, but into my 20s, and really, really, really traumatizing. So now it's kind of more like I like to read like the farces of it. And this says, Stewart did commit the sin of Onan in the shower, and this was witnessed by his brother, who did cry out unto their mother, and there was much wailing and gnashing of the teeth. And it says the Book of Stewart, chapter 110. So this is like, I want to say, it doesn't tell you what it's about at all, but I want to say this is about a boy who's like living in like a religion where he's, it says right here, Stuart Bradley, a gay teenager living in conservative Christian town in Ontario, Canada, dabbles in several forbidden activities, and when word gets out, he and some other teens face grave danger from the fallen angels that are inciting hatred and extremism in the community. So we'll see. I don't know if this is going to be like, this definitely seems like a farce of religion, for sure, because, I mean, I don't think Christian authors write gay characters, but I don't really know much about it, and they also would never put this, because it's a mock of the Bible. But yeah, I think this will be really funny, and it's LGBTQ rep, so sounds good. I don't think it'll be funny. I think it's going to be, like, funny in, like, a way that it's, like, sarcasm funny. Like, I can't deal with my pain, so I'm making jokes kind of funny. Anyway, so then the adult book that I got was Island of Mordu by H.G. Wells. I don't actually know anything about this. I know it's a classic, and I do love H.G. Wells. I love War of the Worlds, so I just got this because I saw it, so I grabbed it quick. That was like on my way out that I saw that, and I was like, mine! And then I got 2 graphic novels. So I got The Flintstones, because, dude, I loved The Flintstones growing up, and it was volume 1, so I was like, oh, sweet. But yeah, this is it's DC Comics, which I didn't expect that to be, but it's DC Comics, and it's the Flintstones, man. It's like an adult Flintstones. It's pretty exciting. Don't know much about it, other than that it's adult Flintstones. And then I got Love is Love, and it says it's a comic book anthology to benefit the survivors of the Orlando Pulse shooting. So I thought that sounded really good. But yeah, that is everything that I got. That is 37 books that I got there, plus some stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. I'm really, really excited to read some of these books, but I have not touched any of my September TBR yet. Thumbs down to me. So I can't read any of these until I do my September TBR, which is unfortunate, but it's true. So here we are being sad about that. But I am so happy I finally got a book haul. I have not bought myself books really at all this year, other than my one little mini thrift book haul. And I did get like a Barnes & Noble gift card at one point that I was able to use on some books. But yeah, this was like a really nice little treat for myself, and something that I've worked so hard lately. I've worked hard over the summer. I've worked hard at work, at babysitting, and I earned it. It was like something that I was like, I don't even feel bad about buying this stuff because it was all on sale and it was all cheap. Like, I got all those books from the thrift store for under $10. Like, that's crazy to me. And then the other ones I got were a little bit more expensive, but still very, like, I was like, this is great. I'm very happy with my choices. So, little gift to myself, and I feel like it was a well-deserved gift. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Wasn't that a great video? Clearly books make me very happy. Now you can make me happy too. Click the subscribe button to follow my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you think I did good. And the notification bell will let you know when I post new content. Also, follow my Instagram for more book shenanigans.